Alright, hello and welcome to the Untitled Pokemon Show. I'm your host Aqua, and today marks the start of our Pokemon adventure. I've just turned 10 years old, and that means it's time to review every single episode of Pokemon Indigo League, episode by episode. That is 52 episodes, and they'll be on your screens every week. In preparation for reviewing the first season of Pokemon, I decided to poke my balls into a vice, and now I know how it feels to sound like a Pokemon character. Pikachu, go! Whoa! I maliciously decided to test the capabilities of my campometer, and now we're here. I'm Aqua Dreams, and just remember, we are sad, no diagnosis needed, and today we're reviewing Pokemon Indigo League Episode 1, I Choose You. But before we get going, let's see how Pokemon Indigo League as a whole came to be. Pokemon originated from Satoshi Tajiri's childhood hobby of catching insects and tadpoles near his home in suburban Tokyo. However, as Tokyo continued to get urbanized, it drew the insects away and limited a favorite pastime. Everything changed for Tajiri when he discovered the Game Boy and Link cable, which projected some amazing fantasies of insects traveling along the wire. Little did he know it would cocoon into something so extraordinary. Heavily inspired by the Japanese sci-fi TV show Ultra 7, whence the protagonist used giant monsters within small capsules to fight his opposition. Combining these two ideas together gave them capsule monsters, which didn't work due to trademarks, but developed into pocket monsters. With Shigeru Miyamoto pitching it to Nintendo, it gave them the boost to get the project greenlit and funded. February 26th, 1996 marked the debut of Pocket Monsters Red and Green, being released on the Game Boy. 5 months after that release, it spawned nearly 3 million copies sold. America quickly decided that Pokemon was a property that they definitely wanted to market. And with the foundations of Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z being adapted and successful among Western audiences, there was no reason not to try. Out came Pokemon Indigo League, which too exploded in popularity, spouting toys, games, movies, board games, and just outright burst into the mainstream. And now we're here, looking back on the first Pokemon series, episode by episode. Will it reignite the downtrodden Pokemon fan in myself, or will the campiness and questionable characters drain me? I'd like to thank myself for giving me the time to allow myself to educate you on how Pokemon Indigo League came to be. That's enough from me. Thanks for... That's Ash, our protagonist.
Ash Ketchum is a young and naive trainer who manages to luck his way into many victories. However, his unbridled compassion for Pokemon is his ace card.
Tomorrow he turns 10, and just remember that in the Pokemon world, 10 is the new 18. Row, easy tiger. And making it worse, he's watching the naughty underground Pokemon fighting channel. Tyndall's on the Gengar. Oh wow, God, I'm so chesty today. But his mum proceeds to send him to bed and makes him watch the Discovery Channel. Oh, gross. I hate adults, man. As a man dressed up like a professor, Oak, describes to us the 3 viable starters. Squirtle, the water turtle who makes all the ladies squirtle. Bulbasaur, the grass poison who brings all the boys in. And Charmander, the dick. He's a dick. I hate Charmander. But oh no, he overslept. Yes, even through that big bastard Pidgey clock and through a big, beefy Dodrio. How, man? Take a bow, son. Us slackers need to stick together. Ash, realizing his fatal error, he hauls ass all the way down to the lab, but he's greeted to something horrifying. A crowd! Barging through some soulless robotic husks, and then he runs into a spiky knob.
Mr. Gary to you, show some respect.
Mr. Dickface.
Mr. Gary Oak is a spiky-haired trainer who's naturally gifted at Pokemon. Unfortunately, this means he is very arrogant, perhaps too much for his own good. In comparison to Ash, he is an incredible trainer.
Being a naive 10-year-old, Ash bluntly asked Gary Oak which Pokemon he chose. Oh, silly Ash, he forgot the first rule of Pokemon. Gary Oak is a massive cock, pass it on. We see a man who stole his daddy's lab coat, Oak, and overall he just patronizes Ash for being late, wearing his pajamas, and overall, being naive and Oak, he's 10 years old. Stop being such a sarcastic knob about it. What the hell? Jesus. Bloody senile 80-year-old picking on a 10-year-old. Come on now.
Samuel Poke is a Pokemon professor. He often uses his age and experience as an excuse to mock and sass others. His end goal is to have a full Pokédex encyclopedia.
I like to imagine Oak was never actually a proper professor. Like, he just kind of waltzed on into Pallet Town with like a lab coat and went, "Hey, Pallet Town, working hard, hardly working, ah." And then I just waltzed about. And he's like, hey guys, I got this sick Gucci lab coat and I got some Weedles in my trunk. I think you know what I'm thinking, and that is I'll open up a Pokemon lab and I'll get you fame and you get me fortune. Build me a lab, you Yeah, Oak's a dick, I realize now. A pedestal protrudes from the ground with Pokeballs laying in their slots. Or as other people call it, a table. And Ash has a choice. Oh, it's so reminiscent of his latest dream. One more time, everyone. Squirtle, the water turtle, makes all the ladies squirtle. Bulbasaur, the grass poison who brings all the boys in. And Charmander, the dick. You're telling me that they're all taken because Ash was extremely late? You're f***ing lying. Dickhead Oak says there's one more, the reject. And the ball pronounces itself, and it has a lightning insignia on it. Ooh, guessing games. I love guessing games. I'm so good at them. Bolteon. Maybe. No, Jolteon already exists, you idiot. Thundery. You know, like thunder throws... No, that's so dumb. Thundery. No, stop it, alright? Come on. Electric bird. Electricar. No, stop it. I guess it does have a lightning bolt. It's a lightning bolt. It's a lightning bolt. It's a lightning bolt. Holy lightning bolt. I have something I need to do. So turns out what's actually in the lightning ball is a Pikachu. Ash realizes that unlike his Pikachu, he's abrasive, naive, and has a whole lot of baby fat. They're perfect for one another. Emerging from the lab, he's greeted as something horrifying. Something that will send chills down your spine and make the hairs on your neck stand up. A crowd. But worse. A loving crowd. Ash and his mum have a very textbook anime interaction, where Ash's mum is like, "Oh, make sure to eat your greens and your vegetables, and oh, make sure you change your pants, because you know how you get with your pants." And, you know, she's overbearing, and Ash is just sat there like, "No, Mum, stop embarrassing me in front of all my friends, Mum." Yeah, basically. Pikachu just sits there, lapping in all the hatred, just like, yes. He is lapping in all the hatred. What else can I say? And Ash's mum questions why Pikachu isn't in his Pokeball like every other Pokemon. Delia, you make me sick. I hate you. You're the worst. Slavery was abolished years ago, you dick. But no, the old timers are like, "Ooh, get him in the Pokeball." Instead of Delia Ketchum, I'm going to call you Peter Ketchum. I guess your Pokemon are always black and blue? And honestly, look at Ash. The younger generation doesn't treat his Pokemon like absolute trash, like you would, Peter. And with that, Ash tries to get Pikachu in the ball, but Pikachu is done lapping all the hatred and just tries to commit mass murder right there. What the f***? Pikachu, what's your problem, man? Do Pokemon have criminal laws? Oh, Ash. Oh, He proceeds to have a one-way conversation with his Pikachu, which is still tied up, by the way. He explains that he likes his Pikachu, and that if they want to get anywhere as trainers, they need to work together. Ash, you tied up your Pokemon. You're like our best friend Charmander. A dick. And honestly, Pikachu does not give a shit. Pikachu's like, you tied me up. You. He then tries to and fails to catch a Pidgey, and then tries to smother it with his t-shirt? What? Like, oh no, I ran out of all my Pokeballs. Good job I brought a t-shirt. I hear it's like an extra Pokeball. Kidding me, Ash? My old friend Jimmy used to try to smother Pokemon with his underwear. And let's just say, he isn't really allowed to be within 100 feet of Pokemon anymore. Oh yeah. In frustration, Ash launches a rocket at Spearow, thinking it was a Pidgey. And surprisingly enough, Pokemon don't like it when you throw rocks that hit them directly on the bonce. Oh, for all you non-English people, bonce is the head. Alright, I think people know what the bonce is now. Should have thrown your t-shirt instead, Ash. I hear it's like an extra Pokeball. Pikachu, being no bitch, simply shocks the Spearow, as it came after Pikachu because it was jealous. But unfortunately, like idiot trainers, Spearows come in flocks. As the Spearow summons a flock, Pikachu begins to be overwhelmed. But don't worry, Ash takes no shit, picks up Pikachu, turns his hat around, and proceeds to jump into a waterfall. What the Ash? But don't worry, he turned his hat around. I hear those hats are impervious to idiot trainers and death. We then see a girl fishing, feeling something big in the water. She whips it out, and it just turns out to be Ash. Oh. Don't worry, Misty. I throw it back too.
Misty, the orange-haired trainer, often feels upset because people don't take her seriously because she is young. She also really dislikes bug-type Pokemon.
As the Spearow flock reemerges, Ash decides to take no risks as he steals Misty's bike and darts off in the other direction. However, it starts to thunder, and that means the roads are slippery, and he drives off a hill? Fuck idiot, man. Then he falls off the bike, and that leaves Pikachu and Ash to be some bird food. Ash proceeds to plead with Pikachu to get in the ball. But, Delia, it's Pikachu's choice. Ash starts monologuing to the Spearows, like, oh hey, I'm gonna be Pokemon Master me, I'm hard as piss. And saying other things like, I'm gonna catch all of you, I'm gonna beat you. Hey Ash, I don't think the Spearows can understand you. Just like your own Pokemon can't understand you. You fucking idiot. As Ash resigns to his death, Pikachu decides to launch himself at the Spearows and uses thunder? That's an illegal move. And now it's time to introduce the illegal move counter. We use this counter every time the anime takes liberties with a move that's already established within the game. Take your guesses as to how many there'll be in the comment section down below. I'll be reading them. If I could read. Here the illegal move is a very low level, probably level 5, Pikachu using thunder. Albeit it is a weather effect and it's very stormy, but it's bollocks. Alright, it's bollocks. It produced a big cataclysmic boom. Do you know how much property damage it caused? Ah, bastards. It would only be capable of Thunder Shock at this time in the game, so yeah, let's just add +1 to the legal move counter and be done with it. Side note, Pikachu did that entire thing just to avoid getting in a ball. What a legend, man. And with that, we see a super cool, super gold Pokemon. Or as my friend thought they were called, a Golden. Yeah, true story. And with that, Ash takes his severely injured Pikachu forth to Viridian City, where hopefully, he'll be able to heal that With Pikachu planting a lick on Ash's face, Ash sharing an adoring look with his Pikachu, it seems like they're finally starting to understand each other. Overall, it was a pretty incredible first episode. It establishes most of the main cast well, and also, you can understand why they chose Pikachu for a mascot. Ah, he's so good. He's so f***ing good. The music cues are phenomenal, and you can understand why it became such a big thing. It's so charming, yet campy, that the hooks are in. You know, you see that, you're good to go. I'm ready for the next 52 episodes. Try me, bitch. The other part of me, however, remembers that it is Pokemon and they are the kings of filler. Like, this first episode was intense, but what's gonna happen when it's not as intense? you know? Like, I nearly teared up this time. But the other one's kind of very laughable at points. So, alright, that's enough for me from this one. The rest of it is for Patreons and whatnot. But, if that's where you're leaving, join me next time as we see an emergency. A Pokemon emergency. Well, that's enough for me from this one. If you would like to support the channel, make sure to press that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified of every upload. And if you would like to comment what is the sensor noise that I'm using? It is a Pokemon. That's the only clue I'll give you. What can you get for pledging to the Patreon? Bloopers, the sad Discord server, and your name in the credits or your name verbally shouted out at the end of every episode.